Hello and welcome, new and old yoga friends, back to my channel, Our Shared Sanctuary. Today we have a grounding into hope yoga flow for you. And I have a mantra that I would like to offer that goes with this flow. And that mantra for today is, I breathe hope in and trust the flow of my life. So go ahead and write that down, say it out loud, whatever you need to do to connect to that intention more deeply. For this flow, you won't need any props, but you are more than welcome to bring in a bolster, a cushion, maybe some blocks, anything that can offer you a little bit more support in some of these poses, but they are definitely not necessary to go through this practice. Thank you so much for being here, and I am very excited to move with you. To begin this practice, we will begin by finding a comfortable seat on the mat. Start by inhaling in through the nose and just letting the exhale sigh out the mouth. Let's take a moment to reconnect to our intention through our mantra. I breathe in hope and trust the flow of my life. Inhale in, allowing the breath to travel down the spine, and exhale, sigh out any tension, preparing to move the body. Let's go ahead and come into a tabletop pose, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take this into an extended child's pose, so open the knees as wide as the mat, connect the big toes, and just melt the heart down. Walk the hands forward. Option 2, bring the palms together and bring the thumbs to the back of the neck, shark fin namaste style. So this just allows the upper back and shoulders to find a little bit of a deeper stretch, bringing the heart even closer to the earth. As you inhale, think about guiding that breath down to expand the lower back body. And with each exhale, we release something. As you breathe here, maybe taking a moment to return once more to our mantra. I breathe hope in and trust the flow of my life. Gently release the hands if they're behind the head. Walk the hands back towards the body, and we're coming back into that tabletop pose. Go ahead and fold the toes under. We're sending the hips up and back for our first downward dog. When we arrive in downward dog, just go ahead and bend one knee, then the other, walking it out, finding some feel-good sensations here with a little bit of movement. Staying connected with your deep inhales. And let's try and find a moment of stillness in this down dog, grounding into this pyramid of energy. So beautiful. Send the gaze to the front of the mat and just start to walk the feet up towards the hands, hanging over in our ragdoll pose. Step the feet as wide as the mat now, toes pointed out, and we're gonna just bend into the knees as we sink the hips down. We're coming into Malasana, also known as yogi squat. So this is where you can go ahead and bring that cushion or that block underneath the sit bones if you need a little extra support here. Hands can rest on the mat if you need that support, or you can bring palms to kiss at heart center. Breathing deeply into the root chakra, allowing this pose to really ground you. This is a pose for connecting to Mother Earth. Let's go ahead and plant the hands and just start to straighten the legs as we send the hips up. And now we're back in our forward fold ragdoll. You can walk the feet back in towards about hip width apart, bend into the knees, and just maybe shake the head a little yes, shake it no. Grab opposite elbow and just find a nice juicy sway, enjoying the movement, really allowing yourself to feel good. And we'll slowly start to roll all the way up into standing. As we roll up, the arms continue the journey and reach towards the sky. And we're lifting that right foot off of the ground, bringing that right knee parallel to the hip. Flamingo pose. Let's bring the hands down to heart center. We're going to transition from here into tree pose. So bringing the sole of that right foot either against the left ankle, the left calf, or the inner side of the left thigh. Palms at the heart center, breathing here into our tree pose, the most grounding pose that we could choose. Feel the connection of that left foot with the earth, remembering to breathe here, remembering how strong and beautiful you are. It's okay to fall. And we'll gently release that tree pose, planting that foot back down. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, and exhale, forward fold. Right away, we inhale, lifting up into our flat back, and exhale back into forward fold. So good. Bend into those knees as we roll all the way up to standing. Once again, the arms continue the journey. This time, left foot lifts off the ground, left knee parallel to the hip point. Finding that flamingo pose, getting ready to transition into tree. Bringing hands down to heart center, choose where your tree is going to be. If it's going to be lower towards the right ankle or up against the right inner thigh, as long as it's not pressing into that knee. Once you find your tree pose, breathe in, allowing the breath to travel all the way down the spine, and exhale. Grounding through your tree pose, connecting to the earth, connecting to your own natural cycles, and releasing any judgment of yourself. Keep breathing, friends, as we balance and ground. And we'll release that tree pose. Again, inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, bend into the knees, forward fold. Inhale, we rise up, catching a wave, flat back. So lovely. Exhale, release it back down to that forward fold. Right away, step the feet to the back of the mat, downward dog. Take a moment here. And on an inhale, right leg lifts high to the sky. We're going to bend that right knee, so we're opening up that hip now. And slowly we're going to hinge forward into a high plank as we step that right foot up to the outer right edge of the mat. So we're coming into lizard pose. Drop that back knee down and do your best to keep the heart lifted here rather than letting it sink down. So we want to keep a nice long neck, staying lifted as we open up the hip. Send those inhales down into the root chakra. Exhale, release any sticky energy that may be residing there. Let's bring the right palm to the top of the right thigh, and we're just gently going to push into that right thigh with the palm, dropping the right shoulder down as we twist the heart open to the right side. Nice, gentle twist. Remembering to stay connected to your breath here. And slowly we'll release by planting that right hand back down, lifting the left knee and sending that right leg back into downward dog. So good. Take a moment here. Find that pyramid of energy. And on an inhale, right leg lifts once again. This time we bring right knee behind right wrist, right toes behind left wrist. Pigeon pose. We're going to inhale as we open the heart to the sky. And exhale, we'll fold over that right leg, just melting down into our sleeping pigeon. Embrace the rest here. Embrace the opening that's taking place in your body. If emotions come up, breathe love into them and allow them to flow out of you on the exhale. Almost there. Just keep breathing, guys. You're doing wonderfully. And slowly we start to lift the heart, walk the hands back towards the body. Lift the back knee, and you're just gonna come into a wide straddle. So adjust yourself accordingly. Opening up the legs nice and wide, toes are flexing. Maybe bringing a bolster or a pillow in front of you. Send the hands behind the body. Inhale, open the heart, and then exhale, fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. I'm resting my forehead on this big comfy bolster, using that for support, but you can just as well rest on the forearms. Or maybe you don't go down that far. That's totally okay. Find your edge, meet it with love, and then bring the breath. This is a really therapeutic pose. Anything that brings the heart down to the earth is so healing and de-stressing. Very slowly, we start to lift the upper body back up. Use the hands to bring the legs back together. Find your tabletop pose and send the hips up and back, returning to downward dog. Take a moment to walk out the feet. Find your breath of stillness in down dog. And on an inhale, left leg reaches high to the sky. Bend into that left knee, opening up that hip, bringing in all the good juice. Hinge forward into that high plank, and this time we step left foot up to the outer left edge of the mat. Toes are pointing out, lizard pose. Drop that back knee down, keep the heart lifted. Send that beautiful inhale to the root chakra, grounding deeply. All right, friends, we're lifting the left palm now and bringing that left palm to rest atop the left thigh. Gently we push into that, and that guides the heart open to the left. We're finding that gentle twist on the other side now. Maybe send the gaze to look behind you, doing your best to keep that left shoulder rolled down the back. Breathe here, wringing out any tension living in the spine. And slowly we release that twist, planting the left palm once more. Lift that right knee, send the left leg back to down dog. Doing awesome. Taking a moment here. Again, on an inhale, left leg lifts back up high to the sky. This time we bring left knee behind left wrist, left toes behind right wrist, pigeon pose. Inhale, open the heart, send the gaze up. Let the light in, and exhale, melt over that left leg, finding sleeping pigeon pose. A moment of opening, peace, and reflection here. Notice what comes up and be there to meet it with love. When the mind starts to wander, just bring the focus back to the breath, back to the sensations in your body. Awesome, guys. Slowly start to walk the palms back towards the body, lifting the chest. Gently and easily fall onto the outer edge of the left hip and just bring that right leg in so that soles of the feet kiss. We're finding butterfly pose. So connect the hands to the ankles or maybe the toes and just inhale in, growing taller. Exhale, hinge forward, finding that flat back. Breathe into your flat back, and then exhale, fold forward all the way, finding your limit. You may not fold all the way down, and that's totally okay. Wherever you are, embrace that and see what you can find here. Folding inward, using the breath to connect even deeper to that rich inner world that we all have. And while we rest here in this butterfly pose, let's return back to our intention and our mantra once more. I breathe in hope and trust the flow of my life. Really allow those words to come into your heart and to sprout the energy of true hope within your being. Slowly lift the upper body back out of that fold. And still in butterfly pose, just take the thumbs and start to massage the soles of the feet. This is a super powerful act of self-love and self-care. It's a wonderful way to physically connect with yourself. And just find what feels good in this experimental massage. No judgment, just have a little fun. Helping yourself to just feel super lovely and open, because you deserve it. Amazing, guys. Bring those knees together, and now we are just going to come to lying flat on the back for final resting pose, Shavasana. You made it. I'm going to take one palm over my heart and one over my lower belly. And we're going to just rest here, allowing that practice to settle into mind, body, and spirit. Breathing in deep self-love and deep gratitude for showing up here today, for supporting yourself on your journey. I encourage you to stay in this Shavasana as long as your schedule today allows. I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for being here with me today, for practicing this potent practice, grounding together in hope. Thank you all so much. Your lives are sacred. Namaste, friends.